In just a few moments, see if you can settle into your seat. Take a few deep breaths and close your eyes. Now bring to mind an incident when you caught yourself blaming someone else for doing something that you felt was wrong. Picture it as vividly as possible. Now feel into the body to see what sorts of emotions and physical sensations are showing up. Does it feel good to be in your body right now? Did it feel good to be in your body when the incident was first happening? Can you replay in your mind what you were saying when you were casting blame on the other person? Was it something like, "You always do this," or "You never listen to me," or "You did that and now this is happening"? Did it feel like there was a charge of potency to the accusation? Did it feel like there was truth behind the words? If so, the words felt true because they were, but not for the reason you thought at the time. Take whatever the sentence was that you directed towards the other person, and now turn it around. What you were saying about that person was a direct reflection of something you were saying about yourself. So, for instance, if you accused the other person of always being late, which is why you missed your appointment, turn it around and ask yourself, when am I not punctual? This might be literal or figurative. When are you not showing up for yourself or others in the way you think you should be? They are not living up to your expectations, so in which ways are you not living up to your own expectations? Be honest with yourself. Tied in with these expectations of how the other person should have behaved are many different underlying beliefs. One is that you blamed the other person in the hope, conscious or subconscious, of making that person feel guilty for their actions. They did something wrong and they should feel ashamed of themselves, right? Maybe we frame it in a way that we are blaming them for their benefit, so they'll learn from their mistakes and will value you and others more appropriately in the future. But what is that urge to guilt really pointing to? Is it your own inherent feelings and stories of your own guilt that you have been buying into? Picture that you have swapped roles now. You have just done what the other person did that made you upset. Now feel into the body. How do you feel about it? Do you feel sensations that we associate with the label guilt? Does this feel familiar? When else do you feel this in your daily life? And why does this seem to be uncomfortable to you? Why can you not live in this feeling of guilt all the time? Is it because you feel like if you ignore this sensation that you're going to be a bad person? That you're going to be damned? Or that you're not worthy of the love and respect of others? Do you feel like love from others is conditioned on you behaving in a certain way? Is it possible to make a transgression that cuts you off from love and compassion? And do you feel that you will withhold that love and compassion from yourself if you do not behave in a certain way? And now ask yourself, in that situation, what did the other person do that you are not allowing yourself to do? Can you not do it because you worry that if you did do that thing, if you were late or inconsiderate or whatever else, that you would no longer get the approval or love or consideration from others? Who decided that love and care must be conditional? Another inherent assumption nested in the act of blaming is that it is possible for someone to be at fault, that it is possible for someone to make a choice, in this case, the wrong choice, and then to willfully act out this egregious action so that you are inconvenienced or harmed by it. They are at fault, and you are a victim of circumstance. But again, let's turn it around. In what ways are you the aggressor, either with yourself or with others? In what ways do you victimize others or yourself? Can you be in a body where you are at fault? Can you see that what others do to you, that you also do to you, and that you may also do to others? Which of your actions or beliefs are you refusing to be responsible for? Look deeply into this and see in which ways you are the one you have been irritated by all along. But then, if this feeling of someone being at fault still seems plausible to you, begin to question if you or anyone else actually has any control over anything. If you haven't seen through the first fetter yet, this can seem a more difficult question, but if there is no stable entity here who exists in any meaningful way, then who or what could possibly make a choice? And who could be responsible for it? And if there is no chooser, then how do we justify the concept of fault? Isn't what is happening simply what is happening? Without referring to imaginary thoughts about the future or alternate possibilities of the past, can anything be different right now? There can be causes and effects, but fault implies intentionality. And if it is fully seen that there is no one who could have intention, then how could fault have any meaning? What is happening now is the effect of too many causes to count, but there is no human intention necessary in making any of it happen. Sit now for a moment and reflect on this inquiry. Listen to it over and over again as needed. And then, when you're ready, open your eyes and go about your life, bringing this new awareness into your interactions with others and with yourself. Remain curious and vigilant about your thoughts and actions because they're all pointing to the places that could use the light of your awareness.